Good morning, Chicago. Apparently, that's 5 floors of Starbucks. It's a reserve, and they even have alcohol. Let's go check it out in a cool morning here in Chicago. I'm on the rooftop terrace at the Starbucks store here in Chicago. And it's right on Michigan Avenue in the shadow of the old Sears Tower. It's right over there. Nice day. I'm standing on Michigan Avenue. Yep. Downtown Chicago. Yep. Okay, world famous Gino's East, 1966. So we'll try it later, Chicago deep dish. So, had the Chicago deep dish pizza at Gino's East. Yeah, it's pretty good, a lot of sauce. Filling, very filling, but it's good. Yeah. Make it a great day. Good morning from Millennium Park. Oh, they call that the Beam. Some sculpture. Anyway. It's almost time to take a river cruise to see the architecture here in Chicago. And that behind me is the Wrigley building, as in Wrigley Field, as in Wrigley Gum. So Wrigley everything here in Chicago now. Okay, my cruise will be leaving shortly, so let's check it out.
I am having an excellent day. You know why? Because I am doing my favorite thing in my favorite place. My favorite place? Easy question. Thanks for asking. Chicago. My favorite thing to do in Chicago? Another easy question. You're taking it easy on this boat ride. Talking about Chicago on a boat. I love to do it, and I'm so excited to do it for these next 90 minutes. Finished in 1921. Now the architectural style in this building is called French boat.
All aboard for a 3-hour cruise.
French boat style buildings always going to have 3 things: an ornately decorated bottom, a stacked plate. They were adding a lot of fancy carved stone and ornamentation onto their buildings. Very beautiful but unnecessary. Took a lot of time and was very expensive. He got rid of all that extra stuff. And his whole philosophy in these faded roads was less is more when it came to design. And we also taught this whole less is more philosophy, getting rid of all that fancy stuff. Inside, right past the bridge here, you can see a shorter red brick building. Now, this is called the Murdock Center. It was built in 1914 by the architect George Nimmons, originally for the Monarch Food Corporation. It was a grocery storage warehouse. There is something distinctly strange about this building. There's something off about it, and I want y'all to figure it out. But look at the clock tower, and count the columns of windows to the right. There are 6 columns of windows. Now to the left of the clock tower, count the columns of windows. There's only 5. The entire building is asymmetrical. It's off center. Why? This building was built in 1914, but this bridge we're going underneath, it was built in the 1930s. Whenever they put the bridge in, they had to extend out the street, knock down all the windows on the big Murdock Center. So it wasn't always asymmetrical. Look to the right, you get correct. This is the merchandising. Built in 1931 by Graham Anderson. This garlic and onion will grow, and during the summertime will become very fragrant. So Chicago roughly translates into smelly onions. That is true. So take that, New York. You may be the Big Apple, but for the smelly onions, score 1 for Chicago. Now, interesting fact about this building, whenever it was first redesigned in the 1980s, they had to pull about 22,000 pounds of matted cork and horsehair out of the 3-foot thick walls. That is because this was an old dairy storage warehouse that was used as insulation. This building was essentially like a giant refrigerator. white line skeletal structure wrapping around it. These large triangles along the outside of the front side here. Those are called chevrons. They're holding up the side of the building. Now, this building is called Kingsbury on the Park, right in the center there. These buildings, the European industrial style of architecture. What makes the industrial style different from a lot of styles is the metal framework, the stuff that holds the weight of the building up. If you're looking along the outside of the other buildings surrounding us, you're going to not see that framework. You won't see those I-beams except for on Kingsbury and Erie on the Park, Marquette and Louis Joliet. Now, Pierre Marquette and Louis Joliet were two Frenchmen that were tasked by France to find a trade route from Canada through the Mississippi River to the Pacific Ocean. This trade route does not exist. They found a trade route to the Gulf of Mexico. The Potawatomi told Marquette and Joliet found a shortcut back to Canada through what they called the Ocean of the Illinois. You can probably guess what the Ocean of the Illinois is. It's Lake Michigan. 106 years pass by, and in 1779, Chicago gets its first non-native citizen and a Haitian fur trader by the name of Jean-Baptiste Pointe-de-Sable. Now, he is considered the father of modern Chicago, of our boat. This thing's glass right here, so you have a camera. It's a big photo op. No, we're kidding. We all have phones. We have cameras on us. But as we get up underneath the bridge, if you look up at this slanting glass, you're going to see a full reflection bar. Oh, I can actually wave to you guys. Hi. Now, the way this building is possible, you guys see those thick silver I-beams going up the side of the building? There are 8 of them on this side, north to south. That very environmentally friendly building. You know, the river water cooling system. Yeah, as we get up underneath the bridge, right next to us, we're going to see the Boeing building. Now, fun fact about this building. The fatter light gray strip on the right-hand side, that's the south branch of the river where we're heading. Carry rides up to the center of the building where you'll see that blue red plug. That is where we are on the river. Yes, that is our boat. And then it moves forward into the junction. That's where we just were, the 3 branches meet. Yes, that is how we got his building on the map. Now, if you've seen that movie, you will recognize, if you look underneath, or as you get up underneath the bridge, look on the inside of those windows. Right there in the corner of this building, you'll see the hanging lights. That's right, the corner of this building, that is the First National Bank of Gotham. Actually, this is the old post office building in the city of Chicago, but it actually was used as that bank during that movie. Now, like I said, this was an old post office. It's no longer used as a post office. You can see the companies that shared them on the outside here. But you also may notice this building is massive. It's a very large building because whenever it was used as a post office, Chicago was the catalog capital of the world. So the mail operation here was massive. A lot of mail coming in, a lot of mail going out. This is not the city of Chicago because you may notice we just went underneath the highway. That highway goes through the post office building, it always has. Some of the city told ladies, if you do not sell this building and it starts crumbling on top of our road, we're declaring it eminent domain and taking your building from you. A vertical lift bridge, the entire center of the bridge still lifts over 90 feet in the air. Now, this is one of the oldest vertical lift bridges in the world. It was built in 1914, it's over 100 years old, and it's still fully mechanically functioning. That means it still does lift, and trains are still going across it, because this is an active shipping channel. This is the south branch of the river. You can take this all the way down to New Orleans. So yes, it connects from the it connects to the Des Plaines into the Illinois, out to the Mississippi, out to the Gulf of Mexico.
We're snaking through the Chicago River and just seeing lots of old buildings, the Amtrak station, and coming up on the old Sears Tower. So, nice day. Little river cruise.
Trading stock, but mass amounts of agricultural goods. Now, the reason I mentioned that, the statue up there is of the Roman goddess of grain and agriculture named Ceres. It is also where we get the word cereal from. Fun fact, Ceres, cereal, grain and agriculture. Now, another fun fact about Ceres is she doesn't have a face. Now, not the goddess, but the statue. The reason is, this building was built in 1934 along with the statue, and the artist was asked, why don't you give Ceres a face? Well, his answer, no one's going to build a building this tall, so why bother carving Ceres a face? Once you look at the building right now, there are several buildings in the city of Chicago. You can be standing on the inside of the building looking at Ceres face to faceless. Now on the right-hand side, you're going to see a curved grain glass building. This is 333 West Wacker, designed by Cohn, Pedersen, and Fox in 1983. Now, whenever this building was first built, it was considered the most beautiful building in Chicago. I can see why they won that distinction. They use a method in architecture on this building called contextualism. Contextualism is in architecture whenever you design a building within the context of the building's surroundings. They do open up. They open up like this every Wednesday and Saturday in the spring and fall, in the morning time, to allow the sailboats that are too tall to go underneath to get into the lake for the summer or come into the river docks for the winter time. Now, I know what you're thinking after I say that. Everyone on the boat right now is thinking, Zach, that's all well and good, but please, tell us, please, what is the color of the paint that the city of Chicago paints these bridges? Calm down, people, I'll tell you. It's called Bordeaux. I know nobody asked that, but that's my favorite fact to tell on the tour. That is the official color the city gives it. It's named after the French wine, and you can see why. It's a darker purple. Now, we have 38 of these Basque-Mediterranean bridges in Chicago, second most moving bridges of any city in the world. We are second to Amsterdam. And then right next to it, we have 55 West Wacker, which is an example of brutalism in architecture. Now, brutalist style is very interesting, because with the brutalist style, you're not trying to make your building look nice. You're intentionally making it look ugly, intimidating, and overbearing. That was on purpose. It looks that way. Now, Russian government buildings were popularizing this style in the 1960s. Two buildings with the red brick and the green steel that are connected at the bottom. Now, James DiStefano, I've mentioned his name several times on the tour today. He's got a lot of buildings in downtown Chicago, but he is not based in this city. Now, if you're looking closely, you'll notice they look off. Now, your mind may immediately go to Roman numerals, right? There's just Roman numerals on the clock. Nope, there's not a single number on the clock of the Wrigley building. It is all W's. Yes, it is all W's for Wrigley, kind of a subliminal advertisement of the original owners of the company. And now, folks, as we are approaching the dock, I want to tell you guys about where Chicago began. Now, I told you guys, Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable set up a trading post along where the Wendella boat dock actually is. I actually meant that. So if you were to get off the boat and then come up these stairs here, cross the street, and right in the concrete, there's going to be a bust of a man's head, a statue of a man's head, that is of Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable. He set up his trading post right here, right where we are. This is where the lake actually used to start, and after the fire, they pushed all of that debris into the lake, creating landfill. So this is actually where the lake used to start. And like I said, if you go up these stairs, you can cross that street, see the bust of Jean-Baptiste where he set up his trading post. But if you cross the bridge, inside the concrete at the end of the bridge, you will see all around, it says site of Fort Dearborn.